Let us understand what is email encryption and encrypted documents. As part of this one, first of all, let us understand what is an email. Email is nothing but electronic mail in which the messages are sent from one electronic device to another electronic device. So if you see here, the people are exchanging the messages over a network electronically. So an email is nothing but a message sent over a network electronically. However, most of the times the emails are very less secured ones. And hence the encryption is to be provided to emails so that email contents can be protected, number one, and number two, emails may reach only the intended recipients, and only the intended recipients can read the contents of the email, and others are prevented from reading such emails. But the very important point is most of the times the emails are sent without any encryption. But then what is the problem? The hackers, that is the intruders, can access the email contents using some tools. So these are the things that are to be remembered in case of emails. Most of the times emails are very less secured because they are sent without any encryption. Because they are sent without any encryption, the hackers or intruders can access email contents. That is the reason why encryption is to be used in order to protect the contents of email, whereby only the intended recipients can access and read the contents of the email. Now let us see the two methods which are available for email encryption. The first and foremost useful method for email encryption is privacy enhanced mail standard. Privacy enhanced mail standard is an email security standard to provide secure electronic mail communication, that is email communication over the internet. So it is primarily meant for providing the security to email. The security of emails has become extremely important nowadays, and in order to deal with the security of emails, the Internet Activities Board itself has proposed, designed and adopted this one. This privacy enhanced mail standard primarily provides the following three services. First one, it is mail authentication, that is message authentication. Let us see this one in detail, this message authentication. Let us assume two people, X and Y. X is the sender and Y is the receiver. X is going to send a document. This document is digitally signed by the sender, that is X. So X is affixing a digital signature on the document. Then this document is sent over the internet and it will be received by Y, who is the receiver, intended recipient. And this Y, that is the receiver of the document, verifies the digital signature. When the receiver verifies the digital signature, it is assured that the signature was made only by the sender but not by somebody else. So this is what is known as message authentication. Let us look at the second one, that is data integrity. The data integrity means if the hacker accesses the email and modifies the data, it may happen. But when the receiver verifies that one, the verification mechanism fails. When the verification mechanism fails, then the receiver understands that the message was altered. And third one, very important one, non-repudiation. The non-repudiation ensures that the sender cannot deny the digital signature. So these are the three important services that are provided by privacy enhanced mail standard. Now let us look at the second most useful method for email encryption, and it is pretty good privacy. Pretty good privacy, and it was developed in the year 1991 by Phil Zimmerman. Phil Zimmerman, and this pretty good privacy was designed to provide all the four aspects of security. All the four aspects of security, that is privacy, integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation in sending of email. So while sending an email, all the four aspects of security are ensured. That is privacy, integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation. All of them are ensured. This pretty good privacy uses a combination of private key encryption and public key encryption in order to provide the privacy. That is, this pretty good privacy makes use of asymmetric cryptography. What does it mean, asymmetric cryptography? It makes use of both public key encryption and also private key encryption. At the time of sending the message, it makes use of public key. However, at destination, the receiver makes use of a private key in order to decrypt the message. So, encryption makes use of a public key, and the receiver makes use of a private key in order to perform decryption. So encryption uses public key and decryption uses a private key. So it is a combination of a public key and private key. That's the reason why, because two keys are used, it is known as asymmetric cryptography. While sending an attachment, because emails consist of attachments, while sending an attachment, it is encrypted. That's what we discussed just now. While sending an email, the attachments are also encrypted using public key, and then it is sent over the network. And after receiving that one at a destination using a private key, we can get back the original uh, email and attachments. So it makes use of both the public key and the private key. But the very important point that is to be remembered in case of a pretty good privacy is the pretty good privacy encryption cannot encrypt the subject line of email. So we need to remember this point very carefully. The pretty good privacy cannot encrypt the subject line of email. All other things it is capable of encrypting that one, but subject line it cannot be encrypted using this pretty good privacy. Hence, if we make use of a pretty good privacy, it is advised not to send sensitive information in subject line. So if at all we are making use of pretty good privacy software while sending emails, the very important point that is to be remembered is our email is encrypted, email attachments are encrypted, but the subject line of email cannot be encrypted. That is the reason why the subject line is not supposed to contain any sensitive information. This pretty good privacy is an open source and is a freely available software package for email security. So that is about encrypted documents and email encryption.